Well, good afternoon. Our 12 o'clock game here at Kamloops between Team Saskatchewan and Team Ontario. We had a barn burner here between Manitoba and British Columbia, 3-2 Manitoba. There's Team Saskatchewan here. We got their roster in front of us. We got Kaylee Williams, Danica DeRoe, Olivia Tran, Kendall Leader, Candice Desjourneau, Haley Parada, McKenna Summer, Tiana Delorme, Hayden Hilbig, Amelia Bernier, Gabriella Reinhardt, Addison Grieve, Priestley Starr, Madison Brazo, Berkeley Watney, Kylie Starr, and we got Fuhr on defense as well as Blanchard. Starting goalie is Mackenzie Seth, and backing her up is Nikita Koretsky. Coaches for Team Saskatchewan are Courage Bear is the head coach, Ochapaway First Nation. Haley Ross, Rowdy Ross's sister from Canoe Lake First Nation. And Abigail Constant Bercier is the assistant from Ochapaway. Trainer Sage Figbread and Dalen Kemp is the manager. Team Ontario, we have Alexandra McDonald, Ali Ottman, Chloe Leduc, Claire Etienne, Kingston Golding, Gracie Cadu, Haley Cadence Lecure, Kaylee Fleming, Journey Tigouche, Keely Inns, Katie Inns, Hayden Summers, Larissa Myers, Sydney Sawyer, Skylar Dockstetter, Molly Cote, Trinity Tichu, Anne-Marie Delormier, and starting goalie Maya St. Pierre. And that's your starting lineup for Team Ontario. Head coach is Trinity Tichu from Wigamon, unseeded Ontario. We also have Tatum Cook Francis from Mohawk Akwesasne and Journey Tigouche as some of the spares. Head coach Pamela Agua. As assistant coaches are Melanie Roach, Naomi Taylor, trainer Miggy Lassad, Danielle Grossbeck is here we go, ready to start this game here, big game between Ontario and Saskatchewan. As Ontario wins it, Ontario picks a loose puck up and a quick shot by number 11 for Team Ontario. Chloe Leduc with a quick shot, a little give and go by Adriana McDonald, face off inside Maya, inside of Mackenzie Seth for Team Sask. Here comes Sask the other way. Danica DeRoe gets it up as that's chipped in. Sask dumps it in deep as Ontario with the skate, plays it in the neutral zone. That's picked off as a little bit of a hook there as Sask does the first change here quickly. As Ontario's got some nice sharp crisp passes as they walk into the zone as number 28, Claire Etienne, feeds it off to number 20, Kingston Golding. Sask regroups behind the net and dangerous pass out front. Almost picked off by number 20 from Ontario. Brazu, but quick shot the other way. That was a quick release by number 12 from Team Saskatchewan, Kyla Fleming. Head coach Courage Bear, well known, well respected in Saskatchewan, and head coach for Team Ontario is Pamela Agua. Matchup here of Ontario, home of the Toronto Maple Leafs, as Sask brings it out, back to the point, walks it into the corner, chipped off of her stick and wheeled behind as Ontario regroups again, sets a play up behind, and another dangerous pass up the middle of the ice and chipped down the ice, but no icing on that play as Ontario chips it in, and looks like a full change here coming up for Ontario as they get some freshies out there. 18 and 12 is Leader and Grieve step out on the ice for up front here. Grieve with a quick shot, some foot action here. Ontario hanging on behind the net, a little hold there, a little cross check as ref kind of lets it go as Ontario's working the puck low, quick shot out to the point. Funny bounce off her stick and she's muscled off as Ontario pushes the puck in the corner, and Sask seems to be playing good positional hockey early here as Ontario, Sask and Ontario, a little puck battling right in front of us here. Nice for a cross check as that's almost picked off, and Sask, oh, and a nice stick there by the defenseman for Ontario. Made a good play to get it out as Sask keeps it in. Here's a quick shot by the captain, Danica Duro. She played for Red Pheasant Lady Rebels last year, who won the national championship, and all the fans out in Red Pheasant, big shout out as we also have Berkeley Watney who's out there. Red Pheasant First Nation out in Saskatchewan. Berkeley's dad is well-known hockey man, Tyson Watney, who runs BNK Hockey. Little shout out to Tyson and his hockey program and his development, but all the Watneys back home, big family back there as Sask gets it out, and here we go. Loose puck, walks in, quick pad save. Ontario quickly transitions the other way as number 10, Keely Eanes, gets it on the wall as puck is jammed up there as comes out and not quite out to the blue line, and number 22 for Ontario gets it out. Hayden Summers gets it out, and battle along the play here as you can see the sign for the murdered missing women, as yesterday was the day where was recognized for all of our murdered indigenous peoples all across the country, and the women were wearing red dresses, and it was a very significant day in a part of the history of indigenous people all across this country, as we've all had so many tragedies within our women going missing, and including our men and boys. And number 21 for Sask steps up and gives up some business there as Candace Dejourneau gave the business. His elbows are getting up here. I don't know if the ref's going to call anything early to maybe set the tone as Sask breaks out. Quick transition. That shot has been blocked as number 19, Parada, got a shot off, but shut down by Ontario as teams are feeling each other out, and Sask is wheeling behind the net. Quick play out front as Ontario walks it out, and here they come the other way. Quickly is number 11 for Ontario. That's Chloe Leduc, who rips it in the corner, and Sask seems to be on it as battle in the corner. There's some stick work happening. Number 28 for Team Ontario, Claire Etienne, battling hard there as Ontario seems to be wheeling as number 5 rolls the other way for Ontario. That's Maddie Cote, who walked all the way in from center ice, and Maddie Cote from Inuit of the Nunavut area, who played for the East Ottawa Junior Stars, listed at 5'4", 140 pounds, but she can skate that Kote. All the way from Nunavut. As that goes the other way, chipped in by Team Ontario as Sask wins that battle and skates it out, and with ease goes to the blue line, drop pass as Sask sets up at the half wall, working the puck from the corner, little spinorama by number 15, which is Hillbig, Summers and Delorme out there providing some pressure as Sask seems to be all over it as big number 23, McKenna Summers dishes it off to number 15, Hillbig, as this line is putting a little pressure on Ontario as Ontario walks it out. A nifty move by Ontario, looks like number 8 for Ontario, number 9 Gormer, who gets the puck down, but back in Ontario's zone as Danica DeRoe stepped into her check as here comes Ontario as they flip it in, looking at a loose puck, and that puck is covered up, and a late little slap to the goalie by Hayden Summers, who was hard on the puck. She's the captain and the leader of Team Ontario. Hayden Summers is, working hard. She's had a couple of really good shifts early in this game here, and but battle along the boards, quick give and go, nobody home. Puck's down the ice as Summers is chasing that puck back. On the forward check is Saskatchewan. Is top line of Tran, DeRoe, and Williams out there as they're trying to look at Ontario's on the forward check is number 17. Forward checks on this play, which is Adaman, and Sask moves the puck out as tight checking game early here. 12 minutes left in the first period as Ontario walks in. Quick shot. As that's covered up by Seth, who had no rebound, as Mackenzie Seth, who made the big save for Team Sask. Has been draw deep in Sask zone as run back to the point. That shot's blocked as they'll try again. They get it across as Ontario's working the corners here as Sask is buzzing along here. Here's number 12, Leader, who got a head of steam on, hits the blue line, tries to walk in, and she freight trained Sawyer as she tried to go through her and not around her, as that was a big check by number 12, Leader, on Sawyer. Sawyer throws some business out there as she laid out number 12 for his Team Saskatchewan, Fleming. And she was looking for some business of herself and getting a little chippy out there as looked like Berkeley Watney got high-sticked and held on to a bit as Berkeley is one of the top kids in Saskatchewan, playing here as a U15 for Team Saskatchewan, and her dad owns BNK Hockey Development, and looks like Berkeley's benefited from her dad's teaching as Ontario's getting physical here as they're working the boards hard, and they come out with the puck, and that's a little bit too high as Team Ontario flips that play out as Delorme flips it high to get a whistle as Ontario looks at resetting in their own zone. Team Sask, 10:22 gone in this period as they tie on that face-off as Team Sask seems to be playing some football, soccer here with that puck, and Ontario hard headman pass As number 11 for Ontario just missed a big body check on her check here. As Ontario's coming the other way. Here's number 8. Cadu walks in behind the net, hanging on the puck, ragging the puck, drops it off to number 17, who gets wiped out behind the net. As it's almost a yard sale at every scrum here, as these girls are playing hard. In steps Team Sask as the row gets a shot off as that puck's bouncing out front. As here comes Sask as Danica DeRoe flips it off to number 17 Williams in the corner, and in pinching is number 14 Kaylee Starr as she loses that battle as Ontario gets the puck out. And there goes number 8 for Team Sask, who dumps that puck right back in as Priestley Starr. And their dad, well-known native hockey senior player. Did she get some sauce on that one as St. Pierre just got her shoulder on that. And number 19 Parada, she got a lot of wood on that shot, and puck goes out of play. And these girls can shoot the puck. There's let's not kid ourselves. There's a big pad save by St. Pierre. Turns it aside as Sask's in the corner. Number 21 Desiree Leader and Parada out there. Another quick shot by number 19 Parada, who's kind of getting some shots on goal. And the old saying, you can't win if you don't shoot. And here Sask is letting them go early here. Another mixed up draw as Team Ontario comes out with the puck and over the blue line, a quick move, and Mackenzie Seth makes another stop for Team Saskatchewan, and they're going back and forth here. It's a pretty even hockey game so far. As game of who can make the least mistakes is always the case here at the National Hockey Championships, as Team Ontario and Team Saskatchewan are playing here. And here comes Sask the other way, and that's a great defensive play by Ontario. Not only wiped out the Sask player, but the linesman got wiped out on that play as well. It's good play by number 5 for Ontario, which is Cote, who stepped into her check and gets the puck back as Ontario's maneuvering, trying to set the play up, and Sask steps up and takes that play away. And here comes number 17 Williams dancing up, chipping it over, chasing the puck, and Berkeley Watney back to it, up off the wall, and they get it out to Ontario's. Ontario's are going D to D as number 14 for Ontario rips that puck up, which is Trinity Chichu, which is a famous name in Indian hockey. Jonathan Chichu, he played for the San Jose Sharks and won the Rocket Richard Trophy one year. Played with San Jose and lit it up for like 50 some odd goals. But yeah, that's a famous name in Indian hockey for sure. Big face-off won by Sask, and seems fairly even on the draws here, as both teams seem to have some good face-offs. As Sask comes back with their top line of DeRoe, Williams, and Tran, as Ontario's going with their line. A quick change here on the fly with Ontario puts out their forward lines here, and Ontario breaks it up as number 8. Cadu, Golding, and Etienne are out there against the Darrow, Williams, and Tran line. And big shout out to all the families that traveled here to Kamloops to come and watch some exciting high-level hockey. And I was driving into town today. Oh, there's a chance by Saskatchewan as that's kicked aside by St. Pierre. She got her pad on that as Saskatchewan come close as number 17, Addyman. Oh my God, we got a penalty here. Big body check as we're going to get our first power play of the game as number 21 for Ontario paid the price for that as that was a big hit. Was that 24? Sorry, that was number 24. Sydney Sawyer, I believe, got hit. Going to the box is Saskatchewan. I didn't get that number. I think it's Camden Dagenot who's going to the sin bin. First power play of the game, 5:55 remaining in the first period as Ontario in the red jerseys and Saskatchewan in the white and green with the yellow trim as Starr flips it out as another flip out as Saskatchewan barely gets it out, but they get it down the ice nonetheless. And Ontario on the power play, nice rink wide pass. Number 17 for Ontario, Addyman dumps it in. Looking at some D-to-D action as Summers rips it in the corner. Off to number 7, Addyman back to Summers. Number 24, Sawyer's calling for it into the corner. Summers again. Oh, nice block shot by Team Saskatchewan, who dumps it in as number 18 for Saskatchewan with a big key block, and Seth McKenzie, she makes a big save. So out there killing the penalty, we got the 15-year-old Berkeley Watney as Saskatchewan's got a lot of confidence in her. 15-year-old Bantam playing with some kids that have played some high-level hockey here as Berkeley gets the puck, rips it up, and off to the point. Ontario's working at the post and down low, skates it out of the corner, gets a shot, and of course Seth McKenzie, the big lefty, gloves that, no problem. As Ontario, their goal here with 45 seconds left in this power play is get some shots on goal, and they've won that last face-off as Saskatchewan, Watney rings it around the boards. Pinching in is number 27 for Ontario, which is Larissa Meyer, as that's held at the line, and quick shot just goes wide as Team Saskatchewan is working that puck at the line. Ontario keeps it in, dishes it to the middle. Quick shot as Berkeley Watney laid out her check along the boards. As Sask manages to get it out, and they're looking for a change as on comes Olivia Tran on the penalty kill as they get that puck down the ice, and looks like the first power play gets killed off by Saskatchewan, but good pressure by Ontario on the power play. Looks like an ice. Oh, it's waved off as number 25 for Ontario come out of nowhere, McDonald, to mitigate that as Starr moves it up to number 6 for Team Saskatchewan as Tran. So Saskatchewan comes right back with their big line of Darrow, Tran, and Williams, and Ontario counters with Adam and McDonald and Leduc. These teams are playing their top lines head-to-head in this critical game in Kamloops as Darrow shuts the door on that as, might be too many. Oh no, as Ontario looked like they were getting a little sloppy with that change, but got away with it as 24 for Sawyer stepped up, but she's playing a pretty physical game. Here comes Sass, walked in, oh, and here we go. It's looking like I'm not sure who's getting the penalty, but this looks like number 11, Leduc for Ontario. Chloe Leduc tripped up, looked like Olivia Tran in the corner of Saskatchewan. They're trying to get a little momentum. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left. 2-minute power play, Saskatchewan. Let's see what Sask can do on the power play here. As it looks like they won the draw but gave it away as number 17, Kylie Williams, kind of dumped that puck down the ice. And we got a kind of a different looking power play out here as number 12, Kendall Leader, steps in for Tran. So you got Williams and DeRoe with Leader out there, and Sask worked it back, quick shot as Ontario boxes them out as St. Pierre makes a nice save, and Ontario clears the zone, and here comes Sask looking to regroup and looking like a nice pass to the side to number 12, Leader, who just misses the net as that puck goes all the way back into Saskatchewan zone. And out there now is Kylie Williams killing this penalty, and looking like Saskatchewan needs to just slow the play down as Williams tried to knock it out, but that's picked off by Leader. Over to Danica DeRoe, back to number 10, Berkeley Watney. Is that Berkeley Watney out there? The coach is playing her in all sorts of key situations here. Off to number 17, Williams, who moves it back to, looks like a quick shot as that goes wide as they work it from the corner, and Berkeley Watney out there, and a little spinorama. Oh, what a save by St. Pierre as she got her paddle down on that one and took away the bottom end, and we got some good goaltending here earlier. 28 seconds left in this penalty as Ontario dumps it down, and looking like they're one last push here by Starr, who walks up the ice. Big girl this though, she walks in, Sass walks in, and a great blocker save by St. Pierre to ward off a glorious opportunity. Sask again, a one-timer, loose puck, loose scramble, quick shot, block, as here comes Ontario as they at the blue line. Sask keeps the pressure on, dumps it in with 41 seconds, as Summers is battling on the board. Looked like a cross check in the corner as they're mixing that up a bit away from the play. Summers didn't like that business of getting taken down by number 21 from Saskatchewan, Desiree, who give her the business in the corner. But going the other way, Sass rims it off the glass, and at the blue line, Ontario keeps it in as Ontario's looking to keep the pressure on, and we've got just over 7 seconds. That puck's rimmed around, is winding down the first period as a very entertaining hockey game with Team Saskatchewan and Team Ontario. They're tied up at a deadlock of 0-0 as Team Saskatchewan is had a power play opportunity they couldn't capitalize, as both Seth McKenzie and Maya St. Pierre from Ontario. We got a goalies duel here as both of these goalies are out challenging, playing the top of their crease and taking all the angles away. So we got a nothing game after one here, and we're gonna break for station identification from Kamloops, British Columbia. home of the Tecumlifts to the Sequapam, part of the Shuswap Nation. I'm Shane Gottfredson. We'll see you in a few. Welcome back to Kamloops, British Columbia. 0-0 after one. Tight checking hockey game between Team Saskatchewan and Team Ontario. Talking to the Ontario fans wearing all their Leaf gear. They're happy that they knocked the Senators out as they win game one last night against the Florida Panthers. Took a 4-1 lead, and then of course everybody's seen what happened with the goalie. Got run by Bennett and hung on for the win. But here we go. We're going to start the third period. Looking like top line out there again for Saskatchewan of DeRoe, Tran, and Williams against Ontario's top line of McDonald, Adaman, and Leduc is going head to head here as Williams tried to power that puck through, and here comes Ontario the other way as seem to be all bunched up here. Sask breaks out and dumps the puck in, and DeRoe dumps and changes as Ontario seems to be a little bit flat-footed here as they dump the puck in. Summers, big impressive defenseman, Summers. Sask got a three-man forecheck here as little breakout too quick by Ontario as Summers headmans it to number 25, McDonald, who rips one wide and off in the corner as Saskatchewan looking at trying to chip it out, but Ontario's keeping it in. Quick shot on goal as turned aside by Mackenzie Seth, the big left-handed goalie from Saskatchewan. Oh, puck flipped out of play as Mackenzie, the big lefty out of North Battleford, Saskatchewan, played her hockey with the Battleford Sharks. She's listed at 5'6". And she made a big left. Oh, number 8 got all of that. As Cadu, Golding wins the face-off. Cadu let it go, and Seth with the big glove hand save as here comes Sask the other way. Race for the puck. Are we going to get an icing? Yes, as just out of the reach of number 12 for Saskatchewan, Kendall Leader, is the defense for Ontario. Big number 27, Larissa Myers, good skating defenseman, as loose puck. Here comes Ontario, fishes it off to the point, and that's blocked by Berkeley Watney, who boxed it out and chipped it out of play. As Seth fires it out as Watney chips it up, as Ontario seems to have a little hop on Saskatchewan right now as that puck flipped out as Saskatchewan chips it out as chipped out by number 12 Leader as here comes Ontario led by LaCroix. Ooh, what a shot! As LeCure, Haley Cadence LeCure blew that by Seth with a great shot. Top corner, no chance at all. 1-0 Ontario. What a bullet shot that was. As Ontario takes a 1-0 lead, and what a snipe that was. Oh, just quick, as that's the first break of the game as Ontario takes the lead. Here comes Sask. Long shot by number 5 for Team Saskatchewan, which was shot in by Tihena Delorme, and no problem for St. Pierre. Sask down 1-0, face off in Ontario zone as they're positioning for the puck here in the corner as log jam down low as looking like we got the line of out there for Saskatchewan of Summer, Delorme, and Hilbig as they get it back to the point, and Star feeds it over to Star, Kaylee Star and Priestley Star out there as the Star sisters are getting some action together as, oh, that puck just rolled off her stick as Star flips it back in, and here's Saskatchewan. Looks like a little chop and a little hook, and no call there as the ref kind of looked at it, but could have went either way, but she waved it off as here's Star again, feeds that off to her sister, up to number 5, Delorme, as Sask is coming back here. There's a change here as they're down low, as battle won by Ontario. Here's chipped up off the boards by number 10 for Ontario, which is Eanes. And they got the Eanes sisters out there, 10 and 6. Keely and Katie on the ice as Sask is forechecking here as Summers got the puck and nowhere to go. She's ridden off as Eanes chipped it in to her sister as Mackenzie Seth is not taking any chances. Smothers the puck at 15:36 of the second period. And we want to give a big shout out to all the fans in Curve Lake. And we've got a number of parents out there who are, couldn't make the trip out to BC here, and really excited that some of the fans from Curve Lake made it out here, and really excited about coming to BC. Oh, looked like a knee there that she sidestepped. As Ontario's getting some chances. 2-on-1 Sask coming the other way. 3-on-2 drop pass. Here's Diderot, walks in and just missed the net as St. Pierre took away the angles as looking like an opportunity, and Ontario is coming the other way. Drop pass from number 7, Ottiman, who of course sticks are high, and looks like Berkeley Watney's feeling a little something. Oh my God, there's a big body check by number 16 from Ontario. She laid the smack down. Skylar Dockstetter going to the sin bin for interference. She hit Team Sask player when she wasn't expecting it. Power play of Williams, Dureau, and Tran out there. Or is that looking like a leader out there in place of Tran? Looks that way as Sask wins the draw. Back to the D as they pump it down low. As here's Sask is working the dots and back to the point, which is what's going on here. Is there look a little bit of holding on to Greaves' stick there, trying to draw a penalty. That puck chipped out of play as Grieve was had to go there with Adiman as Adiman was trying to draw a penalty, but the ref seen through that as Sask on the power play, back to number 20, Brezu. And that shot's off by number 18, a weak shot as that puck's knocked down as 18, Grieve keeps it in as she's battling hard. Oh, stick got up by Summer there. As Summer had enough, as Coach Bear is hollering at the ref for the hit to the head. There's a quick shot on goal by number 18. As things are getting chippy here between Saskatchewan, as they've got a minute left on the power play. As the ref kind of turning a blind eye here, as on a couple obvious penalties that should have been called, but no calls as Sask is on the power play, as they need to look at regrouping. In on the puck is number 20, Golding with the quick shot, and here comes Sask the other way, as Grieve walks in, quick pass to Dureau, who's offside, as Courage Bear wants to talk to the official about that high stick. And that was right in front of us and right in front of the fans from Saskatchewan. But if you're not going to call it and you see it, better be consistent. And that's what Coach Bear's talking about. As the teams are starting to play a little bit physical here. 35 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Sask on one last push. As here comes Berkeley Watney in, who dishes it off. As Watney flips it off to the corner, as Sask is working the corner, as here's number 21, Dejereau, as that's kept in by Starr, and here's Tran, who's getting some last minute power play, and Starr gets a quick shot, hit a leg, another quick shot, saved by McGuire, cleared out as Summer seems to be controlling the puck, and here's Sask with the loose one that couldn't get through, as that lane was shut down by Ontario, and that does it for the power play. Ontario gets the puck out, and they're called for icing. Good pressure by Sask, but they had a couple golden opportunities as St. Pierre shut the door, and we've got a 1-0 hockey game as Ontario's the visiting team here. They're up by 1, and Sask is looking to even it up here as we got a good hockey game going here. Girls are playing for keeps in the preliminary as number 24 for Ontario is Sawyer, who gets that puck up as that's chipped by number 8, Cadu, who races in. As Sask, three players on the puck. Here they come, a little one-on-one action. Shot was blocked by number 24, Sydney Sawyer, who made a good defensive play on that as Saskatchewan number 15, Hilbig, Delorme, and Summers lines out there, and they're looking at, trying to get the puck. That's chipped out. Here's Williams going the other way. Or Ottiman, Ottiman the pass, and a glorious pass is number 23, Leclerc bangs home. A great pass by Ottiman. And Sask is down by 2 here as Ottiman skates by Team Saskatchewan's bench and gives them the how you like that stuff. As we got a 2-0 hockey game. As Saskatchewan's behind the 8 ball here as they're coming back with their big line of Saskatchewan, and there's number 18, Grieve, who rips the puck in. Forward checking hard is Sask. They've got 3 on the puck, which is the line of Williams, Dureau, and Tran out there. As looks like the ref is calling something here. As number 5 for Ontario, Molly Cote is going to the box. As Sask is back on the power play. They desperately need a goal here to get back into this game. This next goal is a critical goal at 11 minutes gone here, left in the second period. But Sask has the big line out there of Dureau, Williams, and Leader for that power play. And Ontario is playing pretty aggressive on this penalty kill as they're not letting Saskatchewan set up. They're just got a box set up now, and a little bit of give and go as Danica Duro just kind of sloppily gives that puck away as Sass coming the other way as here they go as Duro headbands up the leader looking for Williams as Williams goes to the net as leader fights the check off and brings it back to number 20 Brazeau, who shoves the puck into the corner. Little give and go to Williams, back to number 18 Grieve as Sask is moving around. Nice, and not just a misplay as Ontario flips it out as number 17 Williams dumps it down the ice as Williams had a good aggressive penalty kill. Here comes Sass the other way. Steps to the middle is number 17 Williams. Kylie Williams got a lot on that shot as St. Pierre, Maya St. Pierre has come out challenging and gave her that angle and took it away as, you know, eliminated that top corner as Saskatchewan has 42 seconds left in the power play. Oh, and a quick shot that just goes wide as Sass cycles it, moves it back to the point as here's Starr. Walks in, a quick shot blocked. That's cleared away by Summer. And that's ultimately bounced out down the ice by Leclerc, who gets it down. And here's Starr looking at a head of steam. She's getting checked as Sask headmans it as they move it in as here's number 19. Parada coming the other way is Ontario, number 23. Etienne, or Leclerc, who got another shot on goal. Very dangerous early, and that's it for the power play. We got to look like a little delayed offside here as Sass is taking her time and walking up the ice. Here's number 6 for Saskatchewan, Olivia Tran. Sass goes D to D as Watney shot is blocked by Summer. And that again is Tran gets the puck as Ontario carries it out to the blue line, and that's a missed opportunity by number 6 Katie Innes as looks like we've got a penalty here as Saskatchewan number 21 is going to the box. Caden Duro for probably a body check on Inns as Inns walked in, and yeah, looking like the refs you know, signaling the hand across the chest, which is a body check. And good hockey game, 2-0. As Ontario puts their big unit out there of Adiman, McDonald, and Leduc for this power play, as the fans are starting to get restless here from Team Sask as they're looking at going to get a coffee here as Sask is now short-handed as Ontario is on the power play as a little bit sloppy as that puck's bouncing around as Ali Adiman's been having a pretty solid game here, engaged as here comes Sask as they rip the puck in, and that's number 18, Addison Grieve. They've got Addison Grieve out there with Fuhrer killing this penalty, and Ontario's running with their power play of Leclerc, Fleming, and Tagush out there. Big Summers quarterbacking this power play. Zodeman makes a nice drop pass. And that's a clearing by number 6 for Saskatchewan, who dumps it down the ice, which is Olivia Tran. And on the puck is Ontario seems to be looking at content with being up 2-0 as they dump the puck in, and that puck's broken up by Burks, who tried to dump it up the boards, and she's got a battle in the corner. Ontario's walking around with the puck and controlling the play as number 12, out there for Team Ontario for Fleming, who banged that puck in as Ontario gets a power play goal, and that's scored by number 20 for Ontario. Golding with a nice goal as they work that puck deep behind the net, and Team Sask looked like they were run out of gas near the end of that penalty, as that was a power play goal with 6:44 left in the second period, as Ontario takes a 3-0 lead, as Sask has its work cut out for it now. Now as Ontario number 20, Golding brings it back, is up the boards and dumped in by number 8 Cadu, who rims it around as number 20 for Saskatchewan, Brazu, flips it off as here comes Sask as they overskate the puck and getting a little sloppy here, and little oxy-daisy with the puck, and as Saskatchewan's pinning their guy up here, double teamed by the D. A good defensive play by Sask D to get the puck out. Here comes Grieve, who walks in, just over top of the net as number 5, Delorme, chips it in. And here they are, Sask is looking at trying to get one here late in the second period. A quick shot, nowhere near the net as Team Saskatchewan dumps it in the corner. Working hard is number 15 for Saskatchewan. Down low is Hillbig, as here comes Ontario the other way as Starr stepped up into number Ontario player there and broke that play up, and be a little bit scrambly here as Ontario flicks it in deep. Big battle with big number 27 Meyer for Ontario, pinched in, and she walked in. Meyer, who's big rig out there, who's tall, lanky defenseman who moves the puck nice, dishes off to Sawyer as Meyer flips that puck in as Ontario looks for a change. They come out with LeClaire, Fleming, and Tagoose. Saskatchewan comes the other way, and a quick shot chipped away by number 24, Sydney Sawyer, who's had a busy stick this period. As Ontario changes their D, here comes Summer and Dockstetter for this defensive face-off. Saskatchewan comes with the big unit of Danica DeRoe, Tran, and Williams, as DeRoe gets tossed out of the face-off circle, gets it back to Berkeley Watney. She rims it around behind the net. Williams trying to battle for it as Tran misplayed the puck, and in the corner is DeRoe as she's battling hard as Ontario tried to shoot it out. Here's Starr with a quick shot that hit the back of Tran's leg, and here comes Ontario the other way, and they look like they're on a 2-on-2 even as Starr hangs on the puck and controls it and makes a nice pass to Williams, and Williams gets it up to Tran, and DeRoe changes them up as Tran's all alone on the forecheck. Her and Williams as looking like Sask needs a change here as they're looking at a change, and here comes Ontario, a 3-on-2 as that shot is just flipped to the net as Mackenzie Seth makes an easy save, no rebound, covers that up for a face-off late in the second period. 3:37, 3-0 Ontario as they busted it open here in the second period, and Ontario's got a lead, but Sask has been pushing and working the wall is Ontario, and Saskatchewan's defense here gets it down, and here's number 9, Dormier, who gets it into nowhere, and here's Sass, and they get a shot through, and that's kicked aside by St. Pierre. As that kick a funny bounce, and here comes Sass the other way. They're looking at getting their first goal, as here's number 13 for Saskatchewan, Reinhardt. This is his back shot, kicked aside by St. Pierre, who got her stick on that, and Ontario looks at chipping it out into the mid-ice, and there's the Sask who chips it up, and Ontario pull a nice, looked like it was just a step offside as Sask got caught there, and Ontario looked like they were a little bit tired on that play, but Ontario's playing a very disciplined brand of hockey as Team Saskatchewan has last change here, and they come out with Summer, Delorme, and Hilbig, and looks like they've got out there for defense Fuhr and I'm not sure if that's Botby, as Sass needs a big push and get that puck out as Big Myers down low there for Team Ontario, and she let one rip high over top of the net. He's got to get back as Ontario seems to be pinching a lot, being up 3-0. I don't know if that's a wise thing, but they're putting pressure. Sass wins that puck battle behind the net, and that's broken up by Ontario. And here comes Adiman. She's had a strong period. She walked right in, and a big save by Seth. Mackenzie Seth, as she got the pad down and made the save, and here comes Sass the other way. Puck's broken up in the neutral zone as here comes Sass trying to win that neutral zone battle, in Ontario clogging up the middle of the ice as Sass dumps it in. Looks like a forecheck here as number 24 Sydney Sawyer, battles along the back end, and as Adiman there just brings it back to Sawyer after winning that battle, and Sawyer reverses the play and outmaneuvers number 19 Parada to get it up to neutral zone, and Sass rims it back in there on the forecheck again. They're hungry for the puck, and that puck's rung around to the point, and Sass needs to get some pucks to the net. There we go, as that one was thrown, but lately, as St. Pierre probably made one of her easiest saves of the game right there. Is good pressure by Saskatchewan here on the last minute. The Saskatchewan comes out with, their line of Desiro, Leader, and Parada to see what they can do. As that draws one, circles around, and she's walking around. Number 12 Leader looking to throw it out, and round she goes as Star holds the puck in the zone, and Star 3-on-1 action as Ontario number 20 wheels back, which is Golding, who makes a nice breakout pass. That puck's given away by Saskatchewan, and here comes Ontario, walks in nicely as Summer gets a goal, a late goal with 13 seconds to go, as Golding should draw an assist on that, as she had a nice play to keep that puck in, and Sass kind of gave that puck away, and it was costly. Now Ontario's up 4-0, and that was a backbreaker with 13 seconds to go. And I think Courage Bear is talking to the girls about being consistent. Another giveaway by Saskatchewan as that puck goes out, as Summer just pins the puck along the wall for a whistle, and Hayden Summer with a big goal with 13 seconds to go, and all Ontario in the second period with the 4-0 lead as Maya St. Pierre is playing good position, and Ontario is limiting Team Saskatchewan on their shots.
Saskatchewan 9 for a 2-period total of 21. For Ontario 13 for a 2-period
Yeah, 13-9 shots for Ontario over Saskatchewan, and rough period for Seth McKenzie as she was beaten clean on one, but a couple were just scrambly breakout plays as looks like Ontario is pushing hard here and forechecking and taking away those scoring opportunities as the refs are at center ice here talking. And been a fairly decent game. I think there was a few calls they missed, but other than that, they've evened out the penalties, and we're gonna break here. I'm Shane Gottfredson, your play-by-play guy. We're gonna break for station identification. Welcome back here, 4-0 Ontario over Team Saskatchewan. We want to give a shout out to Amelia Bernier, Team Saskatchewan, youngest player on Team Sask at 14 years old. Grandma and Grandpa are here cheering loud, hoping that Team Saskatchewan gets one goal back here to get back into the fight here as Ontario has taken a commanding 4-0 lead, as Maya St. Pierre has got what a cursor, but she's got the shutout so far, as here comes Team Sask now. And shout outs also to some of the fans at Wee Wee in Saskatchewan, as we got some of the parents back home that are our family back home. We want to give a shout out to them, and of course all of the fans back there that are listening. We want to say thank you for tuning in today. And Team Ontario, we want to give a shout out to Hamner, Ontario, as Grandma's here, as they're cheering for number 11, who is Chloe Leduc's grandma's here, and aunties and Uncle Lori and Perry are back home with Linda. And of course she said, John, send some more money. Here we go. Top two lines off at her again, head to head is the row against Audieman's line, as here comes, another giveaway by Team Saskatchewan. As Audieman seems to, be winning these battles here, as pucks in deep, as here comes Sass the other way, and outlet passes. Here comes Tran, who wings it in, and a shot by Deroe, and that's blocked by big number 24, Sydney Sawyer. Been stellar on the defense this game. As here's Williams wheeling around behind the net, as we've got 4-0 lead, as the puck bounces around, as Williams battling Summer, as Summer comes out on top with that, as here comes Ontario the other way. A little pick play as Ontario flicks it in, but stopped by Sask as they dump it in, as looks like the ref waves that icing off. As big shout out also to all the fans back in Battleford and Saskatchewan. A big hockey province is coming up. Later this month is the Fred Saskatchewan National Hockey Championship for the men and the women, as they play for keeps, as Eagle Lake from Ontario was the champs last year in the men's division, Eagle Lake Chiefs. And on the women's side was the Red Pheasant Lady Rebels, and I'm very proud to say I'm one of the assistant coaches for the Rebels to win that. As here comes South the other way, as that shot's blocked by number 16, Dockstetter, and that puck's cleared the other way, as a hard pass by number 18. But South comes the other way with 15, Hillbig, who's been buzzing around all game but can't seem to get it going here. As again, here it is, a quick one-timer. That's blocked, as got to pay the price, and that's whistled just wide, as South seems to have a little bit of action going, as Delorme's in the corner, as that's out to the line and kept in, as that's barely kept in. Quick shot is number 23, Summer, for Team Sass. Just got a piece of that off her leg, as Ontario is kind of caught in their end. And here's Saskatchewan, nice drop pass, give and go, as Delorme just missed the net. I'm not sure if St. Pierre got a pad on that, but the golden opportunity is here's Sass, as they're keeping the puck in, and Starr, who's been playing a good game. And here's Sask again, more pressure. Shot is wheeled around as number 9 for Saskatchewan is battling down low, as that's Fuhr who couldn't seem to get a control of that, as Sask brings their big top liners. Turan, Danica DeRoe, as that's kept in by Starr again. She walks the line. Nowhere. Oh, looked like a little cross check as Ontario got away with one as they wheel around center. Coming the other way is number 23, LeCure, who boxed out by Starr, and a good defensive play by Starr. As that puck goes the other way, as Ontario's back and forth, up and as Adiman just missed that one for an icing, and they're wondering why is that called an icing with 15:55 remaining in the third period, as DeRoe's line tried hard but pushed the puck but couldn't get any chances. Sask comes back with Desiro, Parada, and Leader for some energy here, as Ontario is getting a slow change as number 23, McKenna Summer, comes out. LeCure comes out for Ontario, as he lets one rip, and Mackenzie Seth smothers that puck and no rebound, as LeCure walked all the way in. She had a lot of time to shoot that puck, and she got it off as Sask chips it out. Coming back is number 5, Cote for Ontario, and over to Berkeley Watney as that's ripped in. I'm not sure if Watney passed it up to number 18, Grief. Slow change here as we got 15-20 left in the period here, and big shout out to all of our sponsors: Meyer North Penny, Harrison Industrial, and of course the City of Kamloops. Of course the other the Kamloops Sports Council, the Kamloops Equipment is one of the sponsors, and Tourism Kamloops, Pattison Media, Cassinet Group, the Métis Nation, and of course the famous Jim Pattison Media Group, who always have great sponsors. Jimmy Pattison still kicking. Oh, that bounces off a leg at the line. We also have the Stingray Group, who's also a sponsor, as Ontario rips that puck in. Name off a few other sponsors. We got the Canadian National Railroad, we got KGMHA, Orca, Talco, Blue Earth, Acres, and of course the Kamloops Blazers, as Ontario plays the puck up and dumps it in as Starr skates back to pick it up. BCLC, Visuals, Kruger, Carmack, Scotiabank. Without these sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do this event. Big thank you to all of your generosity. Back of the play is Starr setting up a nice breakout pass, a rink-wide pass for number 15, Hilbig, who lost the puck, as Ontario seems to be limiting the chances, as big number 22, Hayden Summer, who popped a late goal there, playing a stellar game. There's number 16 for Ontario, Dockstetter, tried to get that back, and nobody was there, as Berkeley Watney with a move at the line, and some give and go rink-wide action here, as here comes Sask. Some puck pressure in the corner. Number 20 over to Watney with the quick shot, wide open net. Here's 20, getting a shot. Brazeau probably could shoot that puck. Looks like a 2-on-1 the other way. As Ontario gives it to Adaman, she walks in. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hello, Seth McKenzie with a big save as she turned that glorious opportunity. As Ontario turned the other way, as Adaman again is all over the place here. She's got the puck, and nice pass and a quick shot by number 5, Molly Cote, who got it off as Mackenzie Seth is big stop again with a glove hand save as 12:29 remaining in this hockey game. Saskatchewan needs to get one here sooner rather than later as they are down in a steep hole here, 4-0 to a pretty disciplined Ontario. As that puck's offside, looking like a delayed offside as here comes Sask the other way. Quick as I think they had a little more time to set up, but here's Williams walking into the corner, dishes it out. Ontario throws it back into the corner. Dana could roll with a quick snap as St. Pierre smothered that puck. As the big line for Saskatchewan is being matched against Ontario's big line, and Adaman seems to be having a good game and winning a lot of draws here as well. As Ontario rips that down and around. We got an icing as Ontario doesn't mind to keep the simple plays in place with the icings, and face off in Ontario zone with 11:52. Face off deep in Ontario as number 27 Meyer rips it over to number 24 Sydney Sawyer. As that shot, she tried to hit a skate. That didn't work though, as puck rimmed around and in the corner and back of the net as Sask is looking to break out. As they get it out, as here's Adaman again, who seems to be wheeling as number 9 for Saskatchewan is Fuhr battling hard with her as Ontario's got a chance. Here's big number 24 Sawyer. Gave it up to Meyer as Meyer kind of gave that away as that's chipped up as in goes Tran as here comes Sydney Sawyer, who's out skating man. As Sawyer's got a full head of steam as man picks the puck up, chips it out, looking for a change. And here comes number 12 leader out on that change. And here comes Big Summer again as Ontario's got some defense that are big and mobile, and they like to rush the puck. And here's number 16 for Dockstetter as their defense, Summer and Dockstetter, are engaging. I'm surprised they're up by 4, but they're not letting up, and they're playing the style of game that's given them this 4-0 lead as Ontario is killing time here at 10 minutes left in the game, and Sask has had little pressure in the last 5 minutes as Ontario has seemed to be playing a solid defensive game. A quick shot as that's covered up by Mackenzie Seth, who's been busy this game, and she's made an amazing stop earlier in the game. It's a highlight reel as give a big shout out here to number 10 Berkeley Watney and her family back home, as Berkeley's a young player along with Amelia Bernier. And Sask has a bright future ahead as they develop young players, and they can keep them in their system. That gives them a very competitive edge over many provinces, and it's always been that way. Sask has been a hotbed for hockey as well as Ontario and Manitoba. As hockey in Indian country is growing, as all the provinces are very competitive. Here's Sask as that puck just bounced off of number 15, Hillbig, as they've got Delorme, Hillbig, and Summer out there. As Ontario's D goes D to D as they rip it up the wall, as that's broken up by Starr. And here's Delorme. She walks in as that's shot ripped right on goal as number 5 for Ontario, Molly Cote. Nice box out and block that puck out as Cote flips it back around, and Sydney Sawyer looking for a head of steam, and she doesn't like what she sees, turns it back to Cote. Broken up by Sask as Deneau walks up the ice, and here comes Sask again. As here's number 20, Brazeau, with a shot on goal, easily handled by St. Pierre. 8:18 left in the third period, and I want to give a big shout out to the fans back in Moose Cree First Nation for the Inns sisters here who played for the Mavericks in Ontario, and Ontario wins another draw, and here are the Inns sisters going the other way as Keeley and Katie Inns on the puck there, all the way from Moose Creek First Nation, as a couple shots on goal as that's rung around behind the net, as Ontario seems content of grinding it down low, as that puck was kept in by number 27, Larissa Meyer, as Ontario looks like we've got another icing call. That's a icing call. Big shout out as well to Chloe LeDuc as well, as Chloe's grandma is here all the way from Sudbury. Also, let's give a big shout out to all the fans in Curve Lake as well. I know one of the girls' mom's back home. I was talking to the dad. So Curve Lake, hello from Kamloops, BC. We want to give you guys a shout out in Ontario. And also give out a big shout out to all of the fans from Wee Wee and the Métis Nation of Ontario, as Ontario seems to be in cruise control here, up 4-0. As Sask is out of some pressure, but as that is a loose puck, a quick shot and a save by St. Pierre, as Williams jumped on that loose puck, and she's coming off on a change here. And she got a shot off, and she was little loose puck. Is a nice move by number 22, Summer, as she walks around, and she's coming right in as Seth makes the save and takes away any scoring opportunity that she had. Was nullified by Mackenzie Seth, and it looks like a big dog call to blue line. Here's number 5 for Sask, Delorme out there with Summer and Hildbig, looking for a push here late in the game with 6:21 left, as that's back to the point, and a shot that goes wide, and Ontario clears the zone. As here we go, a nice stick by number 18, Addison Grieve, to break up that 2-on-1, which could have been a very dangerous play, as Addison Grieve with a busy stick gets that puck out, and fortunately it's an icing. With 6:04 left in the third period, Saskatchewan down 4-0 to a very disciplined Ontario hockey team that's well coached. Puck rims around behind the net, as Ontario is playing a 2-3 defense where they're sending 2 on the forecheck and 3 back, is looking at protecting that shutout. As here comes Adiman, who walks in, and she was checked by number 21 from Saskatchewan, Desiro. And here comes Sask the other way as Adiman's back in defensive play, as Adiman's had a very solid game. As here comes number 23 for Ontario, which is a LeCure, who rims it around. And we've got Fleming, Tigouche, and LeCure out there. And here comes Sask. Here comes Star, who had her head down, just got up, and that puck kicked aside. Another save by St. Pierre, as Star just looked up and got out of the way. Could have been a yard sale there if she just stepped out of the way of that big collision. As Sask comes down, gets a couple more shots on St. Pierre, and a crucial face-off as we've got Delorme's line out there with Summer and Hilbig. Some energy looking at big pushes. Here comes Sawyer, who moves that puck up, and a headman to Ontario, number 10. Oh, loose puck. Sask clears it out and comes back the other way as here comes Saskatchewan, number 23, LeCure, who rips it in deep as Ontario looks at just clearing it, but here comes Sask. Giveaway as number 23 from Saskatchewan, McKenna Summer, try to get fancy. Oh, Delorme was robbed by St. Pierre, as St. Pierre got the paddle and the pads down. When she puts her pads down, she covers a lot of the bottom part of that net and takes away a lot. Here comes Sawyer, who's had a good game. She wheels in, gains the line, dumps in, and looking for a change is Sydney Sawyer. Outstanding defensive game. And here's Saskatchewan with the top line out there. They need to push something here to see what they can do, as Thoreau rims it high, but nowhere as Ontario gets it. That shot's blocked by number 24, Blanchard. And that puck's moved up to the line, and here's Sask again, as here's Tran moves in, one-on-one, quick shot. And Summer gave her nothing, but little or no space other than to shoot it off, and that was well wide. Here comes Sask again the other way, and Summer wheels around her and Adiman, and that drop past Adiman. Adiman back to Summer, and as Mackenzie Seth heads up play to keep that puck out of the net, as she's been busy, as Adiman's causing chaos for Saskatchewan, as their mobility and her heads up play, as 2:55 remaining in the third period. Ontario's in cruise control here as they win another draw. Delmar and her D partner out there is looking like Cote out there. Cote with the shot, and Mackenzie looks like she's had a little frustration as Sask is getting her stick up with Adiman, who's took a high stick from number 21, Desiro, who didn't like her action, as ref is trying to position herself, blowing the whistle, and Sask has won that battle, as here they come, as they're looking at a little give and go, as Tran, Danica, Desiro, here's Tran, a little give and go. I know that's number 17, Williams, who's out there, as that shot's blocked by Ontario. A long stick is here's number 12, leader out front, nobody home. Quick shot by 14, and again another one. Oh, that puck's turned aside by St. Pierre with 1:58 left. Sask with a late push. Williams wheeling. That puck picked off by number 8 from Ontario. Oh, a loose puck, and St. Pierre very quick on her feet as she covered that puck up to take away any sort of scoring chance for Saskatchewan. And Saskatchewan's the home team getting the last change, and here comes Delorme and Hilbig and Summers line as Stars are out there for Star and Fuhrer on the back end for Sask. Big Star here for Saskatchewan's had a pretty decent game as Ontario's just kind of, oh, we're getting a break here. Here's Hilbig, walks in, and a big save by St. Pierre as number 24 Sydney Sawyer boxed her out to, take away some time as number 15 Hilbig, she had a head of steam going down. It was almost like how Reinhardt from the Panthers hit the boards last night, and Toronto went the other way and scored with Matthew Nyes there, got that goal. Anyway, number 24 Sawyer rips it around, and Ontario comes the other way. Here's number 8 Caddo as she rips that high over the net. And down to the final minute here is looking like Ontario is going to get the W as Meyer dances the line. That shot's blocked by number 5 from Saskatchewan, Delorme. And here comes Star as, heads up, as that's a dangerous looking pass. And here comes Hilbig again. She'll look for a change after missing a nice chance to get Sask on the board, but Sask breaks it up, and here's 18 who drops it off and goes wide. Ontario back hard on the puck, and Sask is looking to break that goose egg. Quick shot as St. Pierre turns that aside. Another one, blocker save by St. Pierre. Back to the point again. And there's a shot that's gone way wide. 7 seconds left as Williams back to the point. Another quick shot, blocked by Ontario. As Ontario hangs on for a 4-0 win. I can say that this team looked solid on the back end with their defense of Sydney Sawyer, Big Myers, and Summer, who pinched and got a beautiful late period, second period goal to give them a decisive lead. And of course, I'd probably say the first star of this game would be Ali Ottoman, who played her heart out, in my opinion, who was everywhere and everything for Team Ontario, with a huge game for Ottoman with a big assist. Goals for Ontario are Etienne, Leclerc, Summers, and I don't know who got that other goal, but I can say that Ontario was the better team today, and Saskatchewan was frustrated with the defensive play that Ontario had. Near the end of the game, it was a two-man forward check with 3 men back for Ontario that took away time and space. And Ontario, well-deserved win. Saskatchewan had a great game. They got a lot of young players. And a big shout out to number 11, Chloe Leduc. I believe she's like Chloe Leduc. And of course, big shout out to Team Saskatchewan, Berkeley Watney, young up-and-coming player. And a big shout out to all the fans back in Saskatchewan, whether you know, Danica DeRoe, to all of your fans in Ataka Coop and Priestley Star of Star Blanket First Nation, Warman, Saskatchewan, Red Pheasant First Nation, and of course Kinderley, Saskatchewan. And I don't know if anybody's ever been up to Haley Parada's territory of L'Orange, but that's a long ways away. And of course all of our friends and families out in Regina and North Battleford. So with that, we're going to call this a wrap, and thanks for watching. I'm Shane Gottfredson, your play-by-play guy, all the way here from Kamloops, British Columbia. And thanks for listening. And our next game coming up, I believe, is at 4 o'clock. And I don't know what teams are playing. I believe EDN and could be Manitoba. Could be Manitoba, and if it's Manitoba, you're in for a treat because they got some stars on that team. Anyway, big shout out to all the fans in Curve Lake as well, and shout out to all of the brothers and sisters all across Turtle Island. Thanks for listening in.